Hello again. This is our second vlog under the topic of the addition or elimination method in solving systems of two equations. Like I said before, addition or elimination method, no matter, we need to have the equations in what we call standard form. It must be like ax plus by equals c. So we have the x's under each other and the y's in the same thing, and then the constant term on the right hand side. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Let me fix that. Now we can see now we have them both in standard form. With the first equation, 2x equals y plus 2, I subtracted the y from both sides to have that equation be in standard form. I needed to decide or figure out how I can get either the x's or the y's to have the same coefficient but opposite signs, meaning a positive coefficient in one and negative in the other. I'll need to multiply the equations by something. Um, but I'm not sure. I'm looking at the bottom equation, 3x minus 5y equals 18, negative 18. I don't think so. But if I look at 2x minus y equals 2, I can multiply it by 5 and get minus 5y. But I still have the minus 5y. I need plus 5y, a positive 5y. Well, if I multiply it by a negative 5, so that means it's negative 5 times negative y, and it'll be positive 5y, and then we'll be able to eliminate the y variable. As you can see, I wrote that this is what I want to have happen. The first equation, the y variable, will be positive 5y once I multiply it by negative 5. Now I have to multiply through the whole equation. As you can see here, I've lined up my x's and my y's on constant terms, and I have plus 5y adding together with negative 5y, and that becomes 0y. So my y variable has been eliminated. I'm left with an x variable and a constant, or an x term and a constant. Okay, excuse me, my eyes were dry. So, now a constant term is any term in the equation that does not have a variable. Now, the word constant means constant. It means the value will never change. Like negative 18, for instance. Negative 18 will always equal negative 18. It won't become negative 10 all by itself. Now, a variable term, like our negative 5y, can have variable value because of the variable y. It represents different numbers, and that value can change. It's not constant. It's variable. Okay, enough with my sidebar. Now I'm back. Okay, we're ready to add our terms together and see what happens. Some students would ask me, is it positive 0y or negative 0y or minus 0y? It doesn't really matter. If you add 0 or subtract 0, nothing changes. So really it doesn't matter. So really, our next line should be negative 7x equals negative 28. Now we can see the coefficient negative 7. I divided by that coefficient, and it's important to divide by the negative as well. Because remember, the goal is to have x isolated by itself. We don't want negative x because it's negative 1. And I have to divide by a negative 1 through my whole equation again. So now the answer we have for x is x equals 4. Now we're not finished, and I need to replace the x variable in either of the equations with 4 to solve for y. I think I'm going to choose the first equation. It's easier. It seems easier. Now understand, you have to substitute it into the original equation, not the equation we moved and changed into standard form. And now we have 8 equals y plus 2. It's a relatively simple equation at this point. So we're going to subtract 2 from both sides, and y will equal 6. We'll do that now. Okay, this is how I want you to check this on your own. What you would do is take the point 4 comma 6, so x equals 4, y equals 6, and then those numbers, replace the numbers in where the variables are. So wherever you see an x, replace it with 4, and then y gets replaced with 6. You should get 2 true results. Thanks for listening. See you next vlog.